AI, the latest craze on Wall Street, and the hype has significantly helped the stock market's gains this year. NVIDIA's stellar 181% surge has been a big contributor to the Nasdaq's rally, and investors are continuing to pour money into chip names of all stripes. AMD recently stole some attention from market leader NVIDIA after unveiling its new AI chip with an accelerator that speeds up processing for technology like ChatGPT. But could headwinds derail the chip industry's growth? According to reporting from the Wall Street Journal, the U.S. is considering new restrictions on AI chip shipments to China. This as concerns mount over the possible threat of advanced AI in the hands of U.S. rivals. Shipments to China from chipmakers like NVIDIA could be blocked by the Commerce Department as early as next month. One chipmaker we're looking at today is Micron. Shares jumping in pre-market trading after the company beat Wall Street's estimates and provided an upbeat forecast for its fourth quarter sales. But to be clear here, this is a company that is not as exposed to the AI industry. This is a memory chip maker whose chips go into all manner of devices from PCs to smartphones. It's a bit of a different calculus. So let's get into it. For more on the chip industry and Micron specifically, we're joined by Angelo Zino, CFRA Research Senior Equity Analyst. Angelo, thanks for being here. So talk to us about where Micron sits in this new revolution, because indeed, this is not NVIDIA, right? This is an old school memory chip maker. So how does it stand to gain, if at all, from what's going on with AI?
Yes, so you're absolutely right. I mean, in terms of, who we would view as kind of the direct and most, the biggest beneficiaries out there from kind of that AI theme, I wouldn't say they're kind of one of our four favorite names out there, but I do think there is a way to play Micron in terms of kind of the AI theme. And that is, as you kind of get to more and more advanced, AI driven servers out there, there is going to be a need for more memory to be kind of, thrown into those servers. And a big reason for that is, we're talking about these supercomputers, these large language models. Obviously, they need a lot more memory, right? So when you start thinking about more of these kind of advanced next generation servers, you're talking about the potential for them to have, 6 to 8 times more DRAM content in there, as much as three times more NAND content. So as far as, where Micron sits here in terms of the AI theme, it is kind of that kind of greater memory theme out there. And clearly they are more DRAM driven, which bodes positively for them. Over 70% of their revenue exposed to DRAM. So that's really where kind of the memory or the Micron tilt to the AI theme is out there. But as far as AI servers right now, still only a low single-digit percentage of total kind of server sales out there. So it's got a long ways to go here off a very low base.
A long way to go at the same time that the recovery in PC demand, as they've continued to have to highlight quarter after quarter, has a long way to recover as well. And what we got in terms of some of the inclination in terms of what they were sharing on timeline, it sounds like early calendar 2024 is when some of that transition or some of that cycle could begin to reemerge. Is that something that you believe the street is latching on to right now?
Yeah, I think so. Listen, I think as far as Micron is concerned and the memory industry is concerned, I think management actually did a great job in terms of kind of tempering expectations out there. Part of that clearly has to do with some of the China concerns out there, and that is hitting kind of their revenue here over the next quarter or two. But, in addition to that, they've essentially kind of pushed out any type of ambitious expectations more so into calendar 25. You kind of look at where street expectations now are into profitability. You're looking more into the August quarter of next year. But as far as kind of where that demand and momentum really starts to pick up, it's more so into the first half of calendar 24 and as we progress through calendar 24. But, as far as kind of how investors should be playing the Micron theme, clearly you want to get into the name well before you see that momentum really start to pick up. And we are seeing signs, across the industry, specifically on the smartphone side of things and even on the PC side of things to an extent, where you're getting kind of those OEMs out there starting to take advantage of these lower prices, locking them in, and that is improving visibility across the industry. And what that also does is that, starts to firm up the pricing landscape and thus kind of gives you a trajectory over the next 6 to 8 quarters where you can see an improving pricing landscape.